Good evening, Red Foxes. I'm here today with a quick thank you from our Giving Day and also some details about our race at Trinity tomorrow. I'm going to jump in with our race details first because I know a lot of you guys are getting excited about race weekend. We have our first scrimmage tomorrow morning with Trinity. It's at Trinity in Hartford, Connecticut. You can find their facility on Google Maps. It's the Friends of Trinity Rowing, Trinity College Boathouse. It's right on the Connecticut River, right in downtown Harvard on the east shore of the river, just south of the kind of main downtown part of Hartford. This is our second year in a row going to this event. We have gone in the past. Members of the class of 2018 or 19. I think we first went out there for scrimmage that year. But great relationship with Coach McDermott over there, and a great team for us to race, especially in the early season. They always have a great squad, great hosts for us. Those of you who remember last year, it was pouring rain and just barely above freezing. Top tier awful. But definitely probably top 2 or 3 worst days of my life on the water in the sport of rowing. So we had a lot of props for the athletes for dealing with what they dealt with last year. This year, it looks like we're going to get a great day. The wind looks like it's going to be down. There's going to be some rain over the course of this evening, but it should be gone by the time we get there in the morning. And the temperatures are supposed to be in the 40s or 50s. It's going to be a typical early spring day. Probably the only factor that will come into play is with a bunch of rain, there might be a little bit of flooding on the Connecticut River there. So the flow rate of the river is going to be pretty high in the morning, if I had to guess. We encourage anyone to come out who wants to come and catch the team and say hi to the athletes. It's not necessarily the easiest place to watch the rowing. The athletes will probably launch. They usually send a group upriver. I'm going to get you the address of where you can watch here. Just a second. I'm looking it up on my Google Maps as we speak. And so along the east side of the Connecticut River, there's the Friends of Trinity College Rowing Boathouse. That's where we'll be launching from. Probably the varsity and second varsities will be racing up past the Charter Oak Bridge, and you can see some of that. There's a park up there called the Great River Park. That's a great place to stop and watch. There's a nice little parking lot and a boat ramp and a little pavilion area right on the water there on that northern section of the river. You can drive there from the Trinity Boathouse pretty easily. So that's a good place to catch the racing. And then the third varsity and fourth varsity are going to go downstream, or at least that's what we did last year. And if you go south of the Trinity Boathouse, there is a big parking lot area that is part of the Goodwin University campus. And you just looking at the map, it looks like you should be able to kind of park in the back parking lot there and get a good view of the water. I cannot confirm or deny that. I have not been down there. The only other place you could check out is if you drive a little further south, there is a hiking trail called South Meadows River Trail that runs along the river down there. I'm not certain that our boats are going to go that far south. They might. But I would take a look at this Goodwin University area first, as I think that'll probably be the best viewing for the third and fourth varsity eights. Coach Stratton and I are not going to air this one live. Part of that's because it's a scrimmage and it's just kind of common courtesy. You know, both teams are working on things. We might be making switches of athletes between boats. And part of the reason we're doing a scrimmage is we aren't quite ready to have a full-time 2K race out there in the ether. And so we will definitely try to get some footage from some of the pieces, and we'll share that afterwards on our YouTube channel here, but I'm not going to air the whole practice live for everybody. So that's what's going on tomorrow. We welcome you to join us. The parents are going to have a little food tent with some lunch for the athletes afterwards. We are departing from Marist at 6 a.m. We'll be there by 8, and we'll be racing probably between like 9:30 and 11 o'clock, and then packing up afterwards and headed home around 12:30, 1 o'clock. That's the plan for tomorrow. We hope that if you are one of our Connecticut residents, that you'll feel free to stop by, or if you live nearby enough Hartford to come check it out. We'd love to have you join us. My second agenda this evening is to give some thank yous for our Giving Day, which was on Wednesday. I made a whole video for thank yous on Wednesday night, and the video got too long to put on Instagram because I had too many people to thank. And the honest truth is, every year we do this Giving Day, and the group has just grown and grown exponentially. And I'm blown away. I am very personally moved by the support that we get on our Giving Day. And, I think it's been really cool to watch the Red Fox Navy grow over the years. Our first couple of years, we had fewer than 50 to 100 donors. And now, this year we made the jump. We had 300 donors in 2024. We had over 360 donors this year for 2025. We increased our funds raised by almost $50,000 this year, which was just phenomenal. I think what's special about the group and what has been really fun to be a part of is that it's no one force or person or donor who is coming out of the woodwork to make this happen. Bob Messer and I, in the initial stages of building the Red Fox Navy, we were determined to show that when all of our donors, when all of our alumni and families come together in small ways, that those forces combined can create something special. And I believe that Wednesday, our performance on Wednesday, is proof of that. We, yes, had a number of very important lead donors who gave to the team, and we thank you, lead donors who were out there. If you didn't catch all of their stories, I hope you'll jump on the Instagram or the Facebook page. I was putting out some of their stories over the course of the day and thanking them specifically for their challenge gifts that they gave to the team, and talking a little bit about their backgrounds with the Marist rowing team. But I think it's very important to note that while those challenge givers are important, that what makes this place special is the whole group, is the entire Red Fox Navy. And whether you were one of those lead givers, or whether you were a family friend who gave $25, or an alum who's 2 years out, who put in your $40 for the Red Fox Navy, or if you were just a regular alum who gave $300, wherever you are on the spectrum, if you had a Navy rank, or wherever you are, we thank you. We thank you for your support, and it matters. It really does. Every aside of the fact that every cent matters, I think it matters more that you're standing up and saying, I'm going to support this thing. For me personally, I think coaches, athletes who are involved in the sport, it's not always easy, because rowing is often overlooked by the people who aren't in the sport. And I think that the alumni that rowed and the parents who have athletes in the sport, often, you will see that the people outside of rowing don't necessarily perceive its value in the same way. And so the Giving Day is very special to me because it's a very visible and very tangible communication from the alumni, the parents, the family, the friends of the program, that we believe this thing is important and is a major force in people's lives. So many alumni we talked to, rowing was something that completely changed their lives, the way they viewed the world. It's an extremely formative experience for our student athletes. It was in the past, and it continues to be today. And so on behalf of the athletes, myself and Coach Stratton and our program, I just want to thank everyone who was involved. I'm going to be getting out a more detailed list of thank yous in the coming weeks as we continue to debrief and get all the numbers. And there were a number of great gifts that came in that weren't challenge gifts, but were big enough to be, from friends and family and other groups. And so we'll be getting out details about that and our Navy rankings. The main person I wanted to thank tonight was Bob Missert. Bob does a gargantuan lift with this Giving Day every year. He's incredibly active with all different generations of our athletes. And, even though I think people feel like they hear more from him around this time of year, it's a year-long effort on his part to continue to build these relationships. And, I think it's important to recognize the amazing work that he's done helping to build this community and fostering all these relationships. And not just between himself and the various donors, but across different generations of athletes. I also want to recognize the board of people that Bob has working with him that helps in a number of ways. In particular, Coach Bill Zabicki, class of 66, is an absolutely phenomenal supporter. I know Bob Sneeden has been very active, and I can tell already I'm falling down the rabbit hole of trying to thank every person, and I'm certain that I will miss someone who who's an important force for us. So I'll save that for another day. I do want to mention a quick thank you to Josie Skelly, who is our new athletics giving coordinator through advancement. This was her first year doing the Giving Day. So props to Josie and the hard work that she did. The athletics department as a whole increased our overall donations from around $365 in 2024 to just over $600,000 this year. So it's a big improvement for the department. Also, a shout out to the football team who had a huge improvement and really was very close to us this year in terms of total dollars raised. So props to Coach Willis and his crew over there who made a big leap this year with their donors. Should be an exciting little rivalry between our teams in the coming years on the Giving Day, and we look forward to that being a cool, productive thing for both of our squads. So nice work to those guys. Yeah, and again, just thanks to everyone who was involved and has been involved over the past years. It makes a big difference to the team, and the funds raised through this process over the last 5 years have completely transformed our fleet, our ability to compete, the safety and security of the athletes, the technology that we're using and that we have access to, the software that we have access to. I look at our program and just every single area of equipment and usage by the athletes has been systematically upgraded, and it's been all because of the Red Fox Navy. Bob and I ran the numbers, and we, as a group, have raised just a little over $500,000 since we started the Red Fox Navy 5 or 6 years ago. So that's a very impressive result, and you all who have been a part of it should be very proud. And I know that the athletes themselves are very proud of how well they're supported, and they deeply appreciate it. So thanks. We hope to see you tomorrow at Trinity. I know it's a little late notice. I am very sorry for getting it out so late this week. We will come to you probably tomorrow evening with a recap of Trinity and also some information about our upcoming first dual race with MIT, which will be in Boston next Saturday. So I'll make sure that you have information about that race in your hands well ahead of time. And we hope that you have a great weekend. Thanks again, and go Red Foxes.